Hey guys, thought I'd make a little update here. Doing a few things. What I'm mainly working on at the moment is doing a little bit of fender cutting here. The back part's already been cut by the previous owner, and I may straighten it up a little bit at some point. But what I'm mainly working on here is to cut this off more up front, kind of even it out. That back here is about 6 inches, so I'm trying to get pretty close to that up here with and making it look right, because I can always shorten that a bit more, because up here I kind of want it to come out and pretty much stay straight. I don't even want it to start this curve. I'm going for something like that, but not quite that short, so I just don't want something too short. But I think this is going to work out, and I can always go shorter. I can't add it back. So pretty much how I did this, I just kind of made this tape even all the way across, and then I took another piece and got my angle here that I wanted, and then I just trimmed this with a razor blade to about, because it'll all get smooth, so it's not going to be exactly smooth from cutting it, but it'll be pretty much where I'm wanting to be. And then that one little piece I cut off right here, I pretty much took it to the other side, even though it's reversed. I did the same over here, so my angle is going to be pretty much the same, and if not, it's going to be so little of a difference that you won't even notice it. A few other things I've been doing, I kind of tidied up the wires up here, put some of this wire protector on it. Looks quite a bit cleaner. And as you can see, I got an oil pan underneath here. I've got a little bit of a leak. Luckily, it's just the gasket. This gasket right about here has been leaking, and it was throwing it onto my pipe there, and I didn't notice it until I got back, and I thought it was my master cylinder dripping. So I completely switched out the whole master cylinder, and it turned out this one was actually bad, and it wouldn't even pump. So I ended up putting the other one back on there, but my problem was then that I put the spring on this brake, because this one didn't have a spring on. I guess they left it out, and my other parts bike did. So I wanted to have that spring so you get this pushback. You get a little bit of a pushback. I don't know how the other one was working, but I didn't notice anything bad about it. But anyway, put the spring on there, put the other master cylinder back on that wasn't leaking, and then my little shaft here was too short and it wouldn't adjust out any farther. So pretty much I took this one apart, the one that would fit and the shaft was adjustable, took it apart and put that one on there and kind of swapped them out. So now it works perfect, and I've got my spring on there. So I've got a gasket coming that should be here sometime next week, so I'll go ahead and do that and change oil on it. And also I've got some exhaust gaskets coming, 4 brand new exhaust gaskets that should do quite a bit help. And I'm going to actually buy some more bolts too, because not all of these match, and I want to get them at least matching. Then after that, what I'm going to be working on is trying to find all of these bolts in Allen heads. From online, you can buy the whole kit of them, exactly matched to this bike with all the engine bolts for like $87. That's kind of expensive for me for just a bunch of bolts. So I thought I'd just try to take them out and go to Napa and see what I can find. Actually, the kit online luckily says all of the exact sizes, so I may just write that down and get the entire kit of exact sizes. Hopefully it don't cost me $87 for all those. I'm just not sure what they'll cost. If it does, then I'll probably just get the main bolts that you can see out here, which is what I kind of want to do anyway. I want to get all these in Allen heads. That way they don't strip out. Because you can see like all of these have been, let me turn the light on here. All of these have been stripped. They're not quite stripped, but they're worn. So see, that one there is pretty bad. They really start to get bad as they go down the case. So, and that's probably because it was leaking and somebody was just wanting to tighten it up and whatnot. But that gasket's definitely got a pretty bad spot in it, because it's just, when the bike's running, it absolutely just spits out of there. When it's not running, not so much. I actually just put the pan under there, so all you see, all that's actually dripped out is that there. I don't know about that other side. I think that's something that was already there, or when I pulled the bike and moved it or something, and that was the other spot. So when it's tilted that way, it kind of drips away from it. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Kind of got some new stickers on here. They're not stickers, they're more of a decal, so they're gonna stay on there for quite some time. So I've got one for each side there, and they kind of give the bike a little bit of character without, you know, too much work. And that's really what I'm going for. Other than that, I really hadn't done anything. I still want to find some metal to remake these side plates because they're just not quite even. I'll probably use the other one on the other side as a pattern because it covers quite a bit more. You can see like up here it doesn't cover as much, and I really want to make them go like all the way up there, and probably stay about right where that's at on the bottom, and then this will all be even here. And I really want to make it go up to the underneath of the seat so you can't see that bottom frame rail or that top frame rail at all under that seat. So that's my next objective, and then I want to get a piece of metal welded. My buddy's borrowing my welder, and hopefully I'm going to get it back this week, and I can go get a. All right. So anyway, my wife came in. I forget what I was even saying now. What the hell was I saying? So anyway, I think I was talking about these plates, but yeah, I just want to make them even. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. And oh yeah, what I was saying, I want to get this back piece when I get my welder back, and I want to weld that on. Just, you know, completely match it to the underside of that and connect it. So that way, in case somebody does try to sit on that, or I don't know, you just never know what somebody would do if your bike's parked somewhere or something. I would hope they'd have enough respect not to touch it, but you know, there's idiots everywhere in the world. So that's kind of what I'm working on, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and get this cut, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So hopefully it's going to go well. I've got quite a few of these heavy cutoff wheels, heavy duty cutoffs, and they all fit into my Dremel down there, so that's what I'm going to use. Alright, so hopefully we get that going. Stay tuned. So that's what I was left with. That's not quite what I wanted. It looked good at first, but once you actually cut it, it's just not quite what I wanted. So what I went ahead and did was put this piece on there that was already about the shape, and I kind of just pushed it down. And then I just kind of evened it there, and I think that's going to give me more of what I'm looking for. You can see I drew a line on there for now, but I'm probably going to tape it, or I may just cut it and go from there. But I think that's going to give me more of the look I want because it's still going to start here, and then just kind of I'll cut that off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll see what happens. That's probably going to be the look I'm going for. I haven't quite cut through yet, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think. You step back, that's probably what I'm going to be going for, right like that, and I think that's going to be it. And just like right here, I may, you know, make that edge a little bit better where it doesn't quite come up and then go up, you know. I'll just kind of sand it till it's a round edge right in this area here. So I'm going to keep going here.